welcome back, hunters. I'm the Survivalist, and we return to Monster Hunter Wilds, where last episode we went a little bit more with the spread build, took a few monsters down with it, also got pretty beat up ourselves against the 8-star Gormagala fight, and I had a few critiques and such about the, like how some of the animations are in that for the game. Okay. We've got an 8-star Tempered Raydao, which I actually might see about saving as a investigation. Yeah, we'll save that. I also want to talk to Alma to see if I can save... We didn't complete the Gormagala quest. It easily trounced us pretty bad, but I want to see if I could... No, it does look like either you have to make it before you fight it, or after you've beaten it, because if you don't... Oh, no, actually, I think I can save that. Yeah, we'll save that as investigation. Okay. So I've got at least those as an option to come back to. But I've talked a lot about, like, say, the weird lack of responsiveness for when you get hit in the game and such. But I don't know if I ever really tried to show that in a more controlled environment. And, like, talking about how you have to call the Sacred to get you up for better response time.
Let's try again after some preparation.
Yeah, I want to change the settings because I want to get it so that way... do that. Yeah, we'll apply those. And I want to see, like, okay, when we get hit... Okay, so that's not as far of a knockdown as I was hoping it would be. There we go, though. We can't actually do the animation I'm talking about with it, though. So, like, when we get hit... And say I want to try moving... You see, like, this weird crawl for a second there before we get up. That is my issue I have with when you get hit in Wilds, because that takes a lot of time away from being able to do a response. Like, you get stuck in that animation for a couple of seconds. It's not a lot of time, or it doesn't feel like a lot, but it's more than enough time for something to be able to follow up and hit you that you were just animation locked, couldn't get out of. I was hoping that that would actually, like, knock us right down. Okay, yeah, let's try normal for that.
Let's give it a try.
And I just want to see about... Okay, there we go. Yeah, heal us up to full. I want to see about, like, when we're sent flying now. Or, like, when we're knocked down further. Yeah, see, like, there's these weird little cumbersome steps there, which... If you're out of stamina or you don't have, like, you can dodge, I wouldn't mind it so much. But it's when you have full stamina and you try to, like, dodge, and you have, like, this weird little clump, then you can. It feels cumbersome. It feels like, again, it's forcing you to have to rely on the Sacred for an easier time up. It's like, it's instantaneous. You're in and out and up. Now, let's see about changing that again to Strong Can't Guard. And see how that goes for us. I'm just going to top our spec to full health there. Yeah, this is probably going to send us pretty far flying. Yeah, so like we can lay down for a while there. We're invulnerable till we get up, but when we try to get up, we have the stumble, stagger to your feet. On the one hand, okay, sure, you're going for realism, but the problem with that is it has too much of an effect on the gameplay. Where it just leaves you too vulnerable for too long in, like, really intense situations. And you can... And it does feel like it's meant to make you have to call the Sacred in, which... does get you up pretty fast to be able to respond to it and such, but it's also the case of having to wait for the Sacred to even reach you too. Again, it kind of reminds me of like what they did with Iceborne when it was to bring the Clutch Claw in. It's forcing this means on you, and if you don't use that thing, you are more punished for it, without really good reason for why you're punished. I thought the Clutch Claw would have been something where it's like, okay, say you have like a hammer user, and you have a hard time reaching a monster's head. Maybe you could weaken the legs to stagger it more often to then get head hits. But it became, you have to use this to get maximum or even like it's the intended direction and flow of things. It feels like that's the case with the way dodging and recovering from hits is in Wilds. It's forcing you to have to call the sacred in and relying entirely on that, than you being able to handle it without that means. As we'll get knocked back. We'll try getting up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I was able to squeeze in 7 presses for dodge before we were able to get that in. I'm just going to show that. See if I can try to get that aligned here. Like, that's how many dodges I could have squeezed in there. I'll probably try to keep that audio so it's not turned down. I can hear all the taps of that. It's not, oh, you're not actually trying to dodge. No, I'm trying like hell to. But it's just the game doesn't want to let you do that. So that's one of the issues that I still have with Wilds. It wasn't really that noticed until the Zoshea fight, because a lot of the other fights didn't really have a lot of things you couldn't dodge out of or tackle too easily. But once the Zoshea came back, and even, like, say, Mizutsune, and, like, we're starting to get the monsters hitting for much faster for, like, their combos and attacks and such, now is when it feels like it's a lot more cumbersome, that you don't have the responsiveness you need to get out of or recover from hits. I don't know if it'll be a case of, like, introduce a decoration that you slap it on, it's only, like, a 1 slot, and it's, like, you get up much quicker, you have much faster recovery rise speed or something, but it feels bad as it is. Just going to see if there's anything else to go for, because I think we had done a tempered, the 8-starred Ray Dow before, but maybe we'll try going for it again, just to see how we do. And how spread works against it. Because I think we were using the... I think it was New Udra's light bowgun we were using. It might have been one of our first tries since we had the, spread option, like, update. But we'll see how it goes, and, again, just try to get a flow and feel for things. I do feel like for the light bowgun, some aspects of it don't feel like light enough. I talk about, like, say, the focus mode. The focus mode to, like, load up the shot for it and the charge up. I feel like those would be better on the heavy bowgun just because you have the shield. That kind of feels like it'd be better to help you so you're not, like, completely vulnerable like you are with the light bowgun when you charge up its focus mode strike. And yeah, Ray Dow is much easier than Gormagala was. Like, there. Now we finally hit the full charge up. I know you don't have to use it every time, but it feels like the case of if you're going to use it, you'll probably want to get the most of it that you possibly can. And the only way to do that is using, like, the charges. Ooh, damn, 4,000 against the poor Balahara there. Ow. Yeah, see, again, it's that little crawling up that you have no input or response with. I wouldn't mind it even if it, like, made you, so that way if you did dodge out of that, it took, like, 2 times the regular stamina of a dodge. But at least have some means for, like, the player to be able to interact more than just having to call the sacred in. Okay. And this is, again, where I think the Sacred shines, is use it solely for the utility of the map. Getting around new areas, tracking down monsters faster, killing some of the uptime that it takes to, like, follow up and keep the hunt going. Don't have it step into the territory of utility in the actual hunt. Or, like, in the combat and battle. Oh! Seems like the Tally Author are getting in on this. Uh-oh. There we go. Get that on. Yeah, like there. Again, I just give us. On the one hand, the automatic, like some things will do on their own, isn't too bad, but I'd rather have it. You still have to do the inputs, but you get the speed boosts. If you, like, time it yourself of when you do the input. Don't take away all the players' like choice of, okay, now I want to do the reload, I want to hold off with it. Aw. Didn't get out of that fast enough. Or maybe I... Well, also probably didn't time the evade window quite right.
We've been given more supplies. Check your safety pouch. Are you alright? Take a second to restock your supplies before heading out.
We should probably be fine. If the Sacred would actually pathfind correctly. Sometimes it does feel like it goes a lot of back and forth for not really good reasons. Like, case in point, where are you going? No, why are you going back that way?
On my way there.
Yeah, it really is sometimes easiest to just take full control yourself.
The lightning has them amped up. Might be able to use them as a trap.
I think spread is still going to have, like, some niche use compared to as widespread as normal or Pierce have been. But it's opened up from what it was. The only way I could see, like, trying to bring Pierce to be more usable would probably be trying to make it so you can actually have more customization on, like, how the bowguns are for, like, their reloads and recoils, like how you had in World and Iceborne. But it seems like they're pretty dead set against making the weapons too complex. I don't know if it's to try to make them more... You can switch in and out without feeling like you have to do a lot of setup for it, or something different. Ah, shoot. Yeah, I really gotta be much more careful with the chaser shots. No, I don't wanna... That's what I was talking about when I said I don't like the automatic reload. I just want to dodge to be able to respond to, like, seeing that wind up, but the game thinks, oh, you have rapid fire mode, you have no ammo, you want to reload at the end of every one of your volleys or such. I don't mind there being a reload boost, but make it so I have to press the reload button in order for you to go through with it. Taking away that choice for in the middle of combat does not work well. Okay, yeah, seems like it's going on its way. We'll grab that. Now we'll call the Sacred in. And again, the utility of having the speed boost here is where the Sacred, I think, shines the most. Giving you new ways to get around the map much faster than like how it would be in a world where it's either calling in the Wing Drake to the closest camp or calling in the Tail Rider. Or Tail Raider? Something like that. Like, even here, again, if I wanted to really speed up, I could have went to the camp and then called our Sacred to take us. But it doesn't add that much time if we just want to go on foot and let the Sacred take us there. Because this now lets me also bring out the weapon, reload it. Any items I want to use, I could. It just feels like they have to kind of understand what they want to do with, like, the included, like, generational gimmick. Try to keep it from interfering too greatly with the main experience, and don't punish you if you don't use it. Keep it as an option that you could make use of if you wish to, but don't have it so arbitrarily forced as use or lose. And again, I didn't want to dodge after that one, or I didn't want to reload after that dodge. Okay, should be just a moment and then we'll have that done. Yeah, I think right now is the only 8-star I've actually had the chance to hunt Apex-wise, and Arkveld. But we saw how the Arkveld one went. I'm kind of surprised that I did as good against it compared to, like, Gore. But I think Arkveld, once you really do know the movements of it, he's not too hard of a fight. It's just learning and trying to keep tabs of, like, how his wings, or, like, the chains on his wings work. Ooh. If you can handle that, then Arkveld's really a bit of a pushover. But Gore just seems to have a lot of really... Oh. Well, that's a way to take him down. Didn't even, like, build up to get the, finishing shot. Just, I guess, this knife stabs.
We're getting paid well for that one.
There we go. Yeah, okay, so that was Raydao. We'll see if there's anything else interesting up with 8 stars.
Excellent work. That's another quest complete.
I don't think there will be, because again, it seems like it's pretty rare for the other 8-star Apexes to show up. Yeah, I don't see anything here. I'm kind of tempted to actually... You know what? Let's try the spread build up against a Rathlos. I am tempted to try the 8-star Gormagal again, but switch to a Pierce build to see how that goes.
Wow, we sure got here fast.
But, I mean, that's probably what you're going to see the most used against a lot of monsters and such. So I want to try to, again, keep focusing on the spread that maybe we're not seeing that many use.
Better stay quiet.
Better stay quiet until I pop a bullet into his butt. No, shoot. Ooh. Yeah, see, I think the hardest part is going to be getting... I was going to say getting him to land, but...
Hey, get out of there!
Yeah, I really do not like the auto reload coming in when you have, like, the magazine empty for rapid fire.
Time to go on the offensive.
It's not every dodge, too, which does make it kind of weird to know when it is going to do it for you and when it won't. But God, Yash. If you do have a monster where you can read and get the spread shots out... it... spread is shred. Dang.
Well for that one.
How long did that one even take? Do I have a way of seeing? I mean, there's a timer in the top, or in the right side there, but I don't see anything like... No, not that... Oh, quest results. No. Okay, I have to wrap this up, and then it'll let me know, I think. Like, how long did it take for that? 3 minutes, 27 seconds.
Nicely done, Hunter. Glad you're in one piece.
Yeah. Shred does have a pretty good capability as long as you know what you're doing with it. Which explains why half the time I do get pretty knocked around, because I'm not the greatest with it. Oh, kind of weird to see a ball of Hara here. Are you a crown at all? You are, but I don't think you're, like, a new crown for our actual thing. And I do find it a little silly how easy it is. You can get out of, like, situations just using that. What else we got? Anything else come in? Not really. I kind of wish I knew what the little environment thing meant. Like, I don't know what the little light bulb means. Yeah, I've gotten fair there. I should actually check and see what monsters I still need to get for, like, the crown sizing. Surprisingly enough, Chotacabra I've got to get for theirs. Balahara, yeah, I've only got the silver crown. Doshagma, I need the schmal. There's quite a few monsters I don't have any crowns for. I'll have to work at further. But some of them at least have gotten a few along the way. Let's see, is there anything else I want to try for or go after quickly? I guess we can try the Timber Blongonga. That's usually a close quarters fight itself, so maybe that'll be another good one just to use spread on.
Let's have another hunt with no surprises today.
Oh, well, this will be easy to get the sneak attack and everything started.
Didn't even know I hit him.
No. Yeah, again, And, yeah, there's the reload. Something... I don't know if it's like a certain direction you input after, like, your clip is empty. Or it's like there's a timing window for it. But there are times where you can also get the dodge and manually input it too, which makes me really not sure, like, how it exactly works all in all. No, where? What are you doing? Okay, seems like AI had a weird moment there. It seems like the Archard Cliffs has a little bit of problem with some monsters for, like, their programming and such, too. I'm not sure it's like they're trying to get to different areas. But sometimes they just, like, get running into walls and get completely stuck in place. Oh, it is kind of nice to have the Gypstros coming in to help us there. Reminds me of the good old days with Zitsuyaku for World. Oh, wow. 2 for 1. And God, this feels like bullying the poor guy at this point. I'm actually kind of surprised how much Gypsros has been helping us out this little go. Oh, shoot. And yeah, Runa's not going to be much help up there. No, actually, I guess she was able to distract long enough that we didn't actually get the follow-up with getting stuck in place there. Ow. Get that, reload, get the rapid fire put on. And already heading off. Nope, past a hero bomby. Another tempered one. Oh, there we go. Managed to get them out. See if this one we can actually get the full mount off, or it'll just drop like Redoubt did. Oh, and there's a Gore Magala here. Nope. There we go. Blangonga taken down. And we'll just get what we can off the carcass. And I don't know if that's another 8-star gore or that's just a 7. I'll just wrap that up and take a quick look. I don't think we'll have the time to squeeze anything in for today's episode, but... yeah, that's another 8-star gore. Of course, when I don't have the time, they show up. But at least we have... I also can't remember... I might need to actually check back in with Alma and see about if we have... I can't remember if Mizitsune was always an 8-star quest, or that got added too. I feel like it was the original 8-star because of how hard some of its strikes would hit. No, I'm just going to stop in here, though, and get some of the bounties done. There we go. And just need to get some bird wyverns for that. I just want to check the investigations I've got saved. Okay, yeah, so Mizitsune was the original 8-star, I believe. Oh, Mizitsune and Arkveld. I thought Arkveld was the only one who got, like, up to 8 stars too, but I guess it always was. Okay, well that's at least interesting to know. And 4-star, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so it seems like between them, Gore is quite the step up. I mean, it makes sense given how it beat the crap out of me last episode. But I think we are good to wrap things up for today's episode right here. So thank you guys so much for joining me on this episode of Monster Hunter Wilds. If you did like the video, be sure to give it a like. And if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure in the comments right down below. Until I see you all next video or episode, Hunters and Survivors, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy hunting.